So a couple of months ago, I made a video on the best Lightroom export settings for your photos if you're going to be posting them on your social media platforms like your Facebook and or Instagram. And a handful of people actually watched this video, and I got some interesting comments in the comment section. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you the comments that I got. So we're actually in the comment sections right now. I'm going to go ahead and read a few comments on this video. And the first comment is actually from Alex Duper, and it says, "God damn, speak up. I can barely hear you, my dude." Rightfully so. The next comment is from Courtney Foster, and it says, "Sounds like you got a lot of good info. Unfortunately, I can't hear you." And you can see the general theme with this comment was "I can't hear you," and that is the reason why I'm actually making an update video with a much better audio quality, so that way you're going to be able to take home some useful information from this. So without so much talking, I'm going to jump into the reason why we're actually here, and it's to learn these settings, these export settings using Lightroom, and we're going to breeze through them pretty fast. So let's get going. Right now we're in Lightroom, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the proper settings that you need to use when exporting your photos for Facebook. When we get to this stage, there's just a few things we want to pay attention to while you're trying to export your photos. The first one being your file export location. So here basically you're going to decide where you want your file to be exported, and it's going to be anywhere of your choosing. So we're going to skip that. Again, file naming, you can decide whatever you want to call your file. And the first important one I think is going to be the file settings. So here you want to pay attention to these things. You want to make sure that your image format is set to JPEG, your color space is set to RGB, and also you want to make sure that your quality is turned all the way down to about 80%. I know you might be asking why. If you want to get the best quality settings, then you probably should crank it up all the way to 100. Here's the thing, the difference in quality between 80 and 100 is not so much, but the difference in the file size is massive. If you export the photo with a quality of 100%, you're probably going to get a file which says about maybe 10 megabytes or 25 megabytes or even more, depending on what camera you shot with. But if you take it down to 80%, you're going to get kilobytes, which is much lighter, which means your photo is probably going to load faster than others. And also you're not losing a significant amount of quality, so the quality is just going to be good enough for it to be consumed on, you know, mobile phones, PCs and all that, but then you keep the file size down. So keep in mind you want to leave your quality at 80. But again, I advise that you go around, mess around with these values and see what works best for you and use that. You do not want to check this box which says limit file size to. You just want to leave it that way. And also here we're going to go to image sizing, which is also an important drop down menu, so we're going to click on that. The first thing you want to do here is you want to make sure you check this box which says resize to fit, and in this drop down menu you want to click on that and go all the way to long edge. Once you select the long edge, you're going to come down to where it says pixels. Make sure it's in pixels, not inches or centimeters. Make sure it's pixels, and you want to type in the value 2048. So 2048, tap that in for the long edge. Is going to give you the best possible resolution for your post. Also, you want to keep your resolution to 72. Of course, it's going to be viewed on the screen because it's Facebook, so 72 pixels per inch works just fine. Keep that in mind, pixels per inch, not pixels per centimeter, pixels per inch. So once that's done, sharpening is just subjective. I usually don't select this because I sharpen my photos while I'm doing my edit, so I usually leave this unchecked. And yeah, more or less it's done. So you're ready to export your photos and you're looking good. So now that we're done with Facebook, let's jump into how you can export your photos for Instagram. So we have this beautiful photo right here. The first thing you need to keep in mind is the aspect ratio. You want to make sure that you have the right aspect ratio for your photo. And in order for you to do that, you can simply hit R on your keyboard, or you can go over here and click that, which is basically the resize. And right where it says aspect ratio to the right side, you want to click right there and make sure that you check 5:4 or 8:10. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Click that again, and now you have your aspect ratio all set. Next thing you want to do is to export your photo. So we're going to right click, go all the way to export, and there you have it. So a few things are going to change right here, and we're going to pay attention to the file settings and the image sizing. So file settings, again, you want to put it somewhere around 75 This is pretty good, or you can do 80 as well. Let's try 80. You still get the small file size with the pretty good resolution or good quality. Make sure your color space is RGB and do not check limit file size too. And we're gonna go down to image sizing right now. And you want to check this box again, resize to fit, and make sure your long edge is selected. But this time around, we're gonna change the value. We're gonna change that to 1350 pixels, and that works best for Instagram. Leave the resolution at 72. Make sure you do not check, don't unlatch, and check again to make sure that here it says pixels and here it says pixels per inch. And once that is done, I think you're good to go. Sharpening, again, I'm gonna leave that off because I do my sharpening while I'm editing, and you're good to go. So yeah, we're done with this. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I hope that this video was of some value to you. If it brought some value to you, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, if your face is a new one here, I'll appreciate it if you give that subscribe button a left hook, you know, give it a hook, just subscribe. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you.